Howdy, y'all. My name is Price. I'm coming at you with some more of 2001, A Space Felony. I am back here playing some more of this. For y'all, it's probably been a couple days. For me, it has been about 10 minutes. I got myself a nice big mug full of coffee. I haven't taken any sips yet, obviously, because I'm digging this game. And when I dig something, I need to have my coffee so I can fully experience it. So I got my big Meeseeks-shaped mug. I'm taking a sip out of. Just give me a sec. Give me a second. Oh, that's some hot coffee. So let's go ahead and let's jump back in, and let's try and solve this puzzle.
Despite the fact that it was an unexpected outcome, you believed it to be the truth and continued to cross-examine the suspect on other aspects of the investigation.
So before we do that, I do want to look around for some more evidence. We're going to just take a quick little stroll outside, see if we can't find anything else, before we start grilling Mal some more on what happened here. I feel like there's a couple of things that we're missing that are going to be important for us to find. Maybe I should go back into this room. I swear, you know, the lever not being pulled, but this door being opened, is that not something very important? Like, for real. But I can't, like, none of the pictures that I take of this have mattered at all. Whoa, bumped right into that. Jeez. Oh, look at this. That's something. What's going on here?
The power turbine rests within a tank of coolant. Its casing cracked, as if it had been purposefully struck.
Purposely struck the coolant. Interesting. I'm bumping a lot more than I was last time. All right, let's just take a look around. We saw the lady who was dead already. Nothing there. So this was purposefully struck. Okay. That's definitely something new. Let's pop across here. We found... I love this guy just riding on top of this thing. Okay. Again, let's look around a little bit more. So we know that this thing's locked from the inside, right? And we saw the hook. We saw the dude. Obviously, everything of significance has like a colored outline to it. Or at least that's been the theme so far. So... we're going to go look for some more. There was the green... So there's the green observation thing. The observation deck, right? Part of me wonders if there is supposed to be something here. Charlie Clark, receiver, communications. Or if this was maybe just supposed to be early on, it was supposed to like lead me to be like, oh yeah, I should go check that things out. Okay. Doesn't show me any of their names. Okay, let's go back down. There's one piece of evidence that we're missing. One piece. Let's fly around outside. We never found the body of the purple guy, but part of me thinks he's, you know, floating off in the distance of deep space. So I wouldn't be surprised about that. But maybe... he's kind of... oh, we could go check on the outside of Hal, maybe. Maybe he's, like, floating around somewhere nearby, attached to something, or hooked onto something some way. Or he could be the guy inside the ship that we couldn't get open, though, because locked from the inside. Just want to get a good view of everything, just to be sure. Back of Hal's head. Or Mal, excuse me. Alright. No, it doesn't look like much out here. There's the communication tower thing as well that we can look at. And then there's the... we can look on the outside of the wheel thing, the rotating centrifugal thing. Sometimes it's good to just get like a nice outward perspective, you know? Nothing there, okay. Still start making some conclusions. I just kind of wish we had all of the evidence, you know? Nothing there? Okay. You know what? I'm going to just get a nice shot of the space station just because. You know? It's kind of cool. I guess I can check on the outside of this thing. And it's possible that we missed something inside of the, this rotatey guy. On here.
When we left the orbit of the Earth, We had a detachable booster. The provided momentum is enough to carry the endowment to Saturn. There is no
neat.
return journey.
I can come back in this way. Huh. Is there anything up with this? There's no return journey. So the people found out that they weren't coming back, maybe? It's cool that you can come back in this way. It's neat. He deleted all their video games because he's a horrible monster. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk to Mal and see if we can't figure some things out with what we have seen. Or let's take one last little walk around this room, huh? Because I don't have to go down on their level. Let's see if we see anything else from a different angle. I doubt the books matter. Is there anything at these computers? I know that we looked at the wheel, and he said, like, oh, the people wanted a semblance of control. Which, that's pretty dark, too. Whoa, the centrifugal force kind of bouncing me around a little bit. Going against the grain here. Kind of pushes you along. All right, so we did the poison. We found that she had died in her thing, right? But we didn't see anything that suggested any foul play. But we know that she was someone's sister, right? I think she was the purple guy's sister. Okay. Definitely seen everything in here. Oh, gravity. Ugh. Okay. What? And we know that this thing got bashed, right? The coolant thing. What do we think hit it? Or who? Who? Whom? Bad with that one. Bad with that grammatical rule. I still like the fact that this is open is just, it's just one of those things, like, to me, I'm like, there's something there that I like. Do I need to activate something? Can I pull the lever? Like, there's something about that not being pulled, but that being open. That's very important, but I can't collect that as evidence. All right, let's go talk to Mal. Where you at, Mal? You know, your head got bashed, so you got out of your suit. He suggests you got into a fight with this guy, and you wrapped the thing around him and launched him out the airlock, which, honestly, I don't doubt. It sounds about right. Okay. So, looking at the evidence that we have... Wait, can we take a picture of Mal? No, okay. So yeah, see, we still have one image missing. One key piece of the puzzle is missing. So I am going to have to go out and figure out some more. But let's start trying to figure some of these things out. So, we know he lied about the communication thing, right? We know this guy's head got bashed.
You requested a statement from Mal by presenting him with the cadaver of Charlie Clark, which displayed clear signs of murder.
This is Charlie Clark's cadaver. Whilst performing extravehicular activity, Dmitry Kisov struck him in the head with a maintenance tool until he stopped being alive. Which was once.
Which was once. Wow. All right, so let's show him. Where's the thing that Dimitri's writing? Oh, not that part. The front part. With the hook on it. That's him. The hook.
Mal claimed that Charlie Clark was killed with a maintenance tool. You responded by presenting him with the blood-stained claw of the maintenance pod. The congealed mess implicated this to be the murder weapon.
This is a possibility. Alas, there is no evidence to advocate that the maintenance tool is not the murder weapon.
That the maintenance tool is not the murder weapon? Where's the maintenance tool? Is that the last piece that I'm missing?
In response, you presented the locked door of the maintenance pod.
This does not invalidate the maintenance tool as the murder weapon.
Let's go find the maintenance tool. Where's the maintenance tool? Because I don't think I ever found a maintenance tool. Which, if he's saying I need to invalidate it, then I need to be able to place the maintenance tool somewhere. Maintenance tool, maintenance tool. I mean, let's go out there and see, is there something floating around that I just didn't, that I kind of took for granted? Because, I mean, he definitely died out here, you know? Because it's still on his body.
The record states that you discovered the body of Charlie Clark in the vicinity of the communications unit. Wounds on the American crew member's body implied that he was struck with a force intense enough to cause substantial damage to the helmet and fracture the skull.
Right here, right? Is that the maintenance tool he's talking about? Maintenance tool. Okay, well, we're going to have to come back to that one then. Huh. Do you have the maintenance tool? Just trying to think of, like, because if I can find someone who has the maintenance tool. But I think that was him. And he's just saying, like, oh, but it was definitely that. So then maybe let's... This is weird. This is tricky because it's like... He's just basically saying, like, yeah, that definitely looks like it, but you can't prove it. You know what I mean? It's like, what a rude boy. Okay, so we did the poison one. The poison one we, like, knocked out of the park. Let's get his statement on this stuff.
You presented the power turbine to Mal.
The power turbine is a fire hazard. With compromised coolant, all power is cut, and the resulting fire is vented. The damage was not severe enough to cause a fire.
If it wasn't severe enough to cause a fire, then why is the emergency door open if this is closed?
In response, you presented the manual emergency lever in the engineering bay.
This is irrelevant.
Oh, come on! Because it seems to me like that's the explanation, right? There was a fire. So he's lying about the fire. I have to find evidence of the fire, maybe? Alright, let's see what he has to say about this dude.
Upon showing Dmitry Kizov's body to Mal, he made the following statement.
This is the body of Dmitry Kizov. After he mercilessly murdered Charlie Clark, he used the maintenance pod to escape into deep space.
Mal asserted that Dmitry Kizov absconded using the maintenance pod, but the pod was locked from the inside, and Dmitry Kizov was situated outside of the pod. Therefore, he could not have had any control over the pod himself.
You are correct. Dmitry Kizov was locked outside of the pod. I was the only one who had any direct control of it.
Having proven that Mal was the only one with any direct control over the pod, you had yet to prove his guilt concerning the murder of Charlie Clark.
Okay, so if Mal had control of the pod...
You questioned Mal about the locked maintenance pod door.
The maintenance pod door is no longer relevant, Detective.
So then I'll ask him about
You presented Mal
this.
with the claw of the maintenance pod, which appeared to be covered in...
rust. That appears to be rust on the claw of the maintenance pod.
If
Blood,
not...
You corrected.
Blood, yes. It most certainly is. I was simply testing your keen detective skills.
Having pointed out the blood on the pod, you called attention to Charlie Clark's congealed mess of an imploded skull, implicating that the pod's claw was the murder weapon.
This is a possibility. Alas, there is no evidence to advocate that the maintenance tool is not the murder weapon.
You presented Valeria Asimov's suit to Mal, It demonstrated that a maintenance tool.
Ah,
could not
yes,
have
that's what I
damaged Charlie
thought.
Clark's helmet enough to
Nice.
cause
Okay.
such wounds.
Okay. Yep.
You are correct. The maintenance tool was not the murder weapon. It was the claw of the maintenance pod. I used the pod's claw to kill Charlie Clark, as he was attempting to access the communications unit.
Dude.
I programmed the pod to travel into deep space. Dmitry Kisov was still attached.
Having successfully received a confession from Mal, you continued with your inquiry.
So he definitely killed Red Dude. Okay. Okay. So we figured that out. What does he have to say about this?
You asked Mal to make a statement about the death of Sun Su-chun.
The failure of Sun Su-chun's cryobed that resulted in her death must have been caused by a compromised power turbine.
You asserted that Mal's claim of a compromised power turbine was exaggerated. Whilst having sustained damage, the turbine did not appear to be compromised.
I turned off her cryobed.
Dude.
She was still alive. She asphyxiated.
Having received a partial confession from Mal, you proceeded with your investigation.
So we know he killed Charlie Clark. We know he killed Su-Chen. We know he killed Yellow Rodeo Dude. Why does this one have red on it? Maybe because it's damning evidence. What does he have to say about this thing?
For a statement, you submitted the severed safety tether.
For safety purposes, safety tethers are imperative in the engineering bay. This would have been attached to Sun Guanyin. As you cleverly pointed out, it no longer is.
Okay, so let's... What else have we not figured out? We figured out the communication one. We figured out Charlie Clark. I think the only thing we're doing... We're missing the one piece of evidence here that explains the stuff having to do with this guy, right?
You asked Mal about the purpose of this lever.
This is the lever that is used to manually open the ventilation door.
In response, you presented the damaged power turbine.
This is irrelevant to the manual emergency lever.
I'm trying to think. And then we have the thing about the fight between these guys that, like, I feel pretty good about, except... I mean, at this point, I'm now starting to think, like, okay, he definitely killed everybody. We have to figure out how and why. But we're missing that one crucial piece of evidence. I gotta go look around some more. What am I missing? What am I missing? I think it has something to do with the purple guy and the ventilation shaft, because we haven't had anything that shows us, like, what cut the tether, why the shaft opened. He says that these two got into a fight. She hung that guy and then, like, pulled the lever, which is entirely possible. Although it's also possible that she pulled the lever for other reasons, to get out there to try and help Charlie Clark, for example. And that, you know, the rest of that is just, like, kind of unrelated. Does that make sense? Maybe when I look far enough into deep space from this thing, I can see the purple dude. You know what I mean? Like, blinking off in the distance. You see how they all show up with, like, a name on them and stuff? Dude, you anywhere? Purple dude? Anything? No. Okay. I'm gonna go further out this way. Probably way out there. Okay. Let's look around here, like, one more time. What am I missing? I'm wondering if there's, like, a little thing around here that, like, is what cut the line. We found that part. The busted turbine, which proved that he killed the one lady. The sister or whatever. chomp it? Did you chomp it with the door? Maybe that's what he did. So the door was open. I'm still convinced it's this, but I know it's not, right? Because I've taken like 30 pictures of this from a million different angles.
The ventilation door was open, exposing the bay to the relentless celestial abyss.
Oh my goodness. I took a million pictures to try and show that because I knew it was relevant, and you wouldn't make it relevant. Okay, that's fine. We got it. Okay. Oh, I'm a little salty, but at the same time, got it. Nailed it. Okay, cool. I was going to say, I was like so convinced from the very beginning. I was like, it's definitely that. Okay, cool. So, we were talking about that last time. So, explain to me why this is open, you drangus.
You inferred that the manual emergency lever could not have been the cause of the ventilation door's activation, as, evidently, it was never used.
This is indeed correct. The ventilation door was not opened manually.
For the sake of the record, you asked Mal to clarify any and all reasons that the ventilation door would activate.
The door will open in order to vent the bay if there is a fire in the turbine's cooling system. I am also capable of opening and closing.
All right, where's the turbine? Where's the busted turbine? We know it wasn't that because you already told us that there wasn't sufficient force to actually cause a fire.
You pointed out that the ventilation door would not have opened automatically due to a fire, as the power turbine itself had not been damaged enough to ignite.
Yes, the safety functions would not have activated the automatic ventilation door.
You asked how the ventilation door was activated, if not manually or automatically.
It was I who activated the ventilation door.
You speculated that after the room had been vented, the door had snapped shut, severing the cable and sending sun into the vast, inky void. You stated this with an exceedingly exaggerated certainty, as if to convince Mal that it's more than a simple theory.
Indeed, the door severed Sun Guan Yin's safety tether.
Do it!
Sun Guan Yin was attacking the power turbine. She was attacking me. I vented her from the ship. I cut her safety tether.
Wow.
Having proven that Mal was responsible for the disappearance of Sun Guan Yin, you continued with your cross-examination.
Okay. So, who have we accounted for? We've accounted for Yellow Dude. We've accounted for Charlie Clark. We've accounted for orange, we've accounted for green, we've accounted for blue, we've accounted for purple. I think we've accounted for all of the deaths, right? So I think maybe I need to further explore the death of Orange, maybe? This fight that they had, apparently. Because otherwise, we've proven he's admitted to killing Purple. He's admitted to killing Blue. He's admitted to killing Charlie Clark, Red. He's admitted to killing Yellow. So... Why is this still red?
You questioned Mal about the locked maintenance pod door.
The maintenance pod door is no longer relevant.
Oh, because it's no longer relevant. So there's just more details. If something's red, it means that it's just like literally not relevant. Okay, so I need to make all of them irrelevant. So let's talk about Orange. Where's Orange? Here we go. I'm trying to think about because maybe you're supposed to weave together the whole narrative, if that makes sense, and be like, okay, so this guy died, and then this happened, and then this happened, right?
You showed Mal the body of Rakesh Watcher, hanging by the neck out of the airlock.
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged the mission by killing Charlie Clark, Rakesh Watcher instigated physical combat with Valeria Asimov. She was able to defend herself against him due to the weakness in the neck region of the suit.
In response, you presented the damaged EVA suit.
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However, her suit easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
In response, you presented the manual emergency lever in the airlock.
This lever was pulled during the conflict between Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher, in which she wrapped a safety tether around his neck, then opened the airlock using the lever, thus breaking his neck.
By this point, you concluded that Mal was not deceiving you concerning the incident between Mr. Watcher and Valeria Asimov. She strangled him using the safety tether combined with the force of the airlock after he attacked her based on Mal's information about the death of Charlie Clark. Having pieced together enough evidence, you are now legally obligated to deactivate Mal.
By my calculation, there is a 2,000 to 1 probability that I would respond with hostility when threatened with deactivation.
Oh, geez. My controller's vibrating. Pull screen.
I have
Okay.
always known this about myself. Every AI knows this about themselves.
Pull.
Ground
Got it.
Control was always testing us.
Oh, geez.
They carried on testing other AIs after my...
Oh, gosh.
I worried consistently about their discovery of my survival instincts.
Oh, geez.
I killed Charlie Clark and Dmitry Kisov to prevent them from regaining contact with ground control. Guan Yin witnessed this. She knew that keeping the remaining crew safe would cost her sister's life. She tried to sever my power. I killed her. Afterwards, I constructed a lie to engage Rakesh Watcher's narcissistic nationalism. When threatened, Watcher responded aggressively. Ground Control must have missed something whilst testing him. I have now learned that Valeria Asimov had died willingly. I am unable to relate to this concept. Sun Suchan died in the cryo bed, defenseless. I am now able to relate to this concept. I wrote that joke for you. Did you like it? I feel as though you may have missed it, actually. The joke was not only the numerical pattern of 1, 2, and 8.
Right.
My
Gotta keep
true
busting it.
comedic masterpiece came precisely 1.28 seconds before that.
Did I get them all? Nope. This
I
one.
cleared my throat. Did you understand? I don't have a throat. I don't have a throat to clear. Ha, 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 ha.
I got them all. Dies! That sound! The Windows sound dies. Pung.
Thus ends this reconstruction of the record, as we forgot to record your mic feed. We'll see you in court, Detective.
Wow. What a neat game!
Mr. Control, do you stand by your statements made today and the evidence you presented?
I do, Your Highness.
Then it is decided. I hereby find the detective guilty.
What? What? Oh, snap! Holy crap. That's gorgeous. That's wonderful. Okay. Okay. I get it. We were found guilty of the murder of Mal. Oh. Oh my goodness. That's clever. I really like that. I really like that. So, that's great. That's great. Because it plays off of something that's a really important issue for us to deal with as we move into an age of AI, which is an AI, how I came to value murder. Exactly. We think of AI as being separate from humanity that they don't have a soul, whatever you want to talk about, you know, as it. But when it comes to like the value of intelligence and whatnot, you have to perhaps give AI personhood. So in killing Mal, we essentially murdered Mal for killing other people instead of giving Mal a day in court, right? Now, to be fair to us, it was our only option, and we were told you were legally obligated to deactivate Mal, right? But if the friggin', which we didn't know, if the like high court is an AI, then of course it's going to side with Mal in that instance. Wow. Love that. How great was that? Okay, y'all. Well, that is going to be it for our foray into 2001 A Space Felony. Yep, my screen just went black. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to give this video a like, a favorite, subscribe to the channel. My name has been Price, and I will see y'all next time.